Polluted Thoughts Podcast. Real talk with real people. I'm your host, Colin.
You know how far removed we are in society?
What do you mean?
Other people who are operating a tomato can with wheels are driving with stickers on them that insult the person behind them. But if you got out of the car and said something to them, they wouldn't have the same energy.
Oh, absolutely not, man. I remember my dad used to tell me stories about him in high school, of them just like they'd have a normal party and it'd always end with someone getting their fucking teeth kicked in. But here, it's just like nowadays, not the same story.
Yeah, well, obviously much different. I was driving, a guy got on the highway. The guy behind me had a sticker that said, "Are you a Democrat or are you American?" Was the sticker.
Yeah, because
what the fuck? What is that?
That's reasonable, you know. Like that makes it seem like you're a reasonable person who's gonna listen.
That makes me want to pull up at the stoplight and be like, "Hey, how you doing? How's your day been? You were doing great driving American? Back there." God, I love America because of you.
See,
you
bro,
did it.
But there's certain things that those people who are making their opinions known are a little bit justified on.
Well, he's keeping America great.
He's
single-handedly.
Remade it. Yeah,
single-handedly.
He restored America to
by
its
putting that sticker on his tomato can with Lego wheels.
Yeah, man.
He has, completely just changed everything.
Well, it's modern day activism, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he's a hero if you really want to think about it.
He single-handedly built a wall around his house as well.
Yeah, man. Well, the Mexicans.
Well, of course.
Yeah, man. They're rapists.
Because you're either
killers.
because you're
just kidding.
You're either
just kidding. It was a joke.
Jokes, people. Jokes. But if you're not a Republican, so is everybody else. He's blocking a wall to keep out Democrats, Mexicans, everybody.
Gays.
Yeah.
All of them.
That guy's single-handedly keeping America great again, if you're asking anybody else.
Imagine if, you know that episode of Family Guy with, like, Peoria, where Peter starts his own...
No.
Oh, he somehow figures out that his property is not, like, a territory of America, and he creates it into its own country, and it's Pretoria. But imagine if that's how it went. Like, it was just, like, a little bit more racial. And he was just like, no blacks, no Jews, no Mexicans.
What do you mean? That guy's already saying that.
Who?
The guy with the sticker on the back of his tomato can.
I'm talking about Pretoria. Imagine if that episode of Family Guy.
Oh.
Clip it. We're cutting it out.
Anyways, we're going to switch it up. The warm-up's going to be a little different. We're not going to do a Florida Man today. We usually run the Florida Man, but there's only so much, I guess, that can happen day after day.
Yeah, we got to try new shit, too.
And we're going to get into new shit. So, Franco sent me this article yesterday, and it made a lot of confusion for me, and it's also going to probably make a decent amount of people angry.
And all I'm going to say is this is genuine curiosity. We're not going at anyone.
Oh, this is not meant to target anybody. I'm just literally confused.
Yeah, no, and comment section, please hit us up and let us know, explain if we're stepping on any toes. All right, to get into it, to erase any of the ambiguity, is neo-pronouns. All right, we got some neo-pronouns today, which is a term that before yesterday meant nothing. I didn't know.
So it was created yesterday, is what that article was saying.
It wasn't created. It was
before
probably,
you didn't know.
This is 2021. I found out about this. Yeah. The other day.
Gotcha. Okay. So, let's see what it says here.
All right. So let's read this one right here.
Okay. Neon pronouns are categories of nostalgic English third-person personal...
Neologistic.
Oh, neologistic. Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
Which means new words.
Okay, so neo-pronouns are a category of new words in English. Third-person personal pronouns beyond he, she, they, one, and it. Neo-pronouns are preferred by some non-binary individuals who feel that neo-pronouns provide options to reflect their gender identity more accurately than conventional pronouns. That's already what's been happening.
But that's what I'm getting lost, because, like, if non-binary individuals are now making a subsection of, like, they, you know what I mean? Like a non-binary...
you're saying that it's a completely different thing from they now?
So now there's, like, subsections of they that are, like, genders within the non-gender. Okay, well, we're gonna go further into, because genuinely I don't know. I don't want to be like talking out of my ass for no reason.
Neo. Yeah,
but
okay,
look,
this is it.
This is the chart that I sent you. This is so like all the way over to the left is they. Okay? That's like the they equivalence. And then it goes to ni, then v, then spivak, then z, zi, and here. Okay, that one's confusing because there's 3 in 1. So that means, like, you can call any of those, and they'd probably respond. Or not respond to any of them because they don't know who you're talking to.
Is this like a plural kind of thing? Like they is for singular?
No.
They
is a non-binary individual who's neither he nor she.
But they're not they anymore.
But they are, exactly. They're a subsection of they that is...
So is each one like a specific category of like a non-binary gender?
Yeah. So what you could say is that...
Because if that was the case, then like I get that, but I'm not going to be able to call you
you're
by
creating
that.
genders
No offense,
within a non-gender category.
Yeah, I can't...
I genuinely don't understand.
As much as I respect people doing what they want to do, and that's completely cool with me, but it's going to be hard for me to call you spivak as a pronoun.
Okay, but like spivak, but if you wanted to say they laughed, so like I or he laughed.
A laughed
for spivak. And then them I called M.
Okay, so
and then
I have no problem with people doing with whatever they want. Not even just with gender, with anything. I mean, you know how I feel about like religion and stuff. I'm not the biggest guy with all that.
Yeah, me too.
But you know, you can do whatever you want. It helps people. You know, like my uncle, it really helps him. It's great for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%, man.
Awesome. I love it for that. I love that for him. It's just not me.
Yeah.
So obviously, we respect anybody in what they want to do, and this isn't me trying to be PC. But now you're fucking up the English language, and it's impairing me.
And I don't know how to speak anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like in a genuine conversation, on a day-to-day basis, I just don't know how to jump through the hoops in the right way to not offend people.
This is what I'm saying. It's like, well, one, like I was saying, I don't care what you do. But as long as I didn't get to finish, as long as it doesn't impair on me in what I do.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And not that this is really messing with my everyday life.
No.
But if I was to say something wrong to somebody and they were to get mad at me about not calling them the specific spivak did this thing.
Zizai are here, all meaning the same thing.
Zizai, you see, I just can't. Not that I won't do it.
I'll try. I'll give him...
That's what I'm saying. Not that I won't, I'll try. But you can't expect me to remember all that. You've introduced a completely different language within our language now, and then branded it as our own language, and expect people to catch on to it. It's hard enough to... People have a hard enough time speaking English now because they're fucking idiots.
Bro.
So, like, you can't just start throwing in new words and stuff and expect people to understand them when they're fucking from Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know, like,
we know about the Florida
we're
man,
very
man.
progressive. I was talking to like Liv and Tom one time, like way back. We're eating a Chinese buffet, and I was like, I just don't get, like, there can't be that many people who are homophobic. I was like, it can't be true. Like, because in my brain, it's just so crazy for me.
You don't see it.
Well, I don't see it because we're in a progressive area. You know what I mean, for the most part. And like, I talked to my like homosexual people that I know, and they say there's definitely homophobia.
My homosexual homies.
Yeah, my homosexual homies. But like they say that there's like homophobia for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not like something that I see prevalently, at least in the area.
Well,
and like within like social media and people, you know what I mean? It's not like
they say a lot of times nowadays, because you're right, it's not like directly in your line of vision. It's like microaggressions.
Yeah.
Like things that like you don't necessarily realize that you're saying it. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. You know? But I was saying to Tom and Liv how, like, I can't believe that there's that many, and then we're also, like, we live in the north part of a country that's very progressive. And,
yeah,
like,
we were the first state to legalize gay marriage.
Exactly. And so, like, when I took like a step back and thought about it, I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? So there are, like, a lot of people out there who are very against this and all of that. And not me. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But that's becoming some fucking... That's getting messy.
It is messy, bro.
For the rest of us, okay? Because it's just like, you... Alright. I start calling myself zibbity bop boo boo bop. That's just my name, though. Not a pronoun. I start calling people... I don't tell people that I want my name to be zibbity wop doo wop. I just make an article and I fucking create Zippy Bop Doo Wop as a new name and, whatever, blah, blah.
Its own subsection.
But then when people continue to call me Colin because they've known me as Colin for the first 21 years of my life, but now I prefer Zippy Doo Wop Hoo Wop.
You can cancel them.
But it's hard for me to be like, you can't get mad at that person. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's hard. Well, because, they're trying. You know what I mean? They could. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. Like, it was 2 seconds ago. No offense, but, it was, you know what I mean?
The English language has changed in a matter of 2 years. This was posted in 2021.
And I have no problem with you doing anything you want to do. You know what I mean? You could fuck a pan for all I care, and that could be your shit. You know what I mean? But I couldn't...
Honestly, that person should have a fucking reality television
show. They should.
And you'd be a fucking national treasure.
But, still, it's like, I could still be friends with you if you're cool. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you do.
Dude, yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck. But it's like, now you're just messing with my language. It's like one of the only skills I got is talking, man. Yeah. It's like, I only know one language. So now it's all confusing for me, you know what I mean? And I'm the kind of guy who overthinks not wanting to offend people because I love people, you know what I mean? So it's like, every time I say something to someone that I think might be offending, I'm like, oh, fuck, I hope you didn't take it that way. And then I'm starting, explaining it to them, and then they're like, dude, I didn't, not at all. You know what I mean? So it's like, now I have another thing to worry about. People fucking, you know what I mean? Getting mad at me for not calling them Z, hi, her, Splicack. You know what I mean? Splivac, what was it? Spivak, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't even trying to make fun of it. I was honestly trying. See, this is...
Yeah, it's a difficult
hence problems already.
Hey, bro, it's a hard knock life, man. You gotta live on your toes, okay?
And just to recap, for the 1 millionth time, cancel us. Please, because we didn't say a single thing that was offensive, and we only show love. So, you cancel us, we're only going to get the better half.
That was a genuine question.
It was. This is what I'm talking about. We said put in the comments, we need education. I'm uneducated on it, but it's confusing for me because it's my language.
Amen. All right, let's roll into the next one.
Yeah. So we got a new category, 2 new categories.
2?
Yeah. So that, I was just calling that one article analysis. Analysis? Yeah, like analysis.
As in anal analysis?
I was looking for a joke within it. I don't know. Earlier I was I wrote it and I spelled it wrong. I wrote it wrong, I think. No, it does have anal in it.
It does, yeah.
So I spelled it correctly.
Yeah, you did.
Spelling bee. This guy.
Alright, but...
So the 2 new categories. First one, Franco, give it to him. Let him know what it is.
Alright, so we got a basic trivia. Alright, we got, It's Billy on the Street-esque, but I'm not as flamboyant and gay, or gay at all.
Dude, Billy on the Street is a top 5 YouTube thing for me to watch.
It's honestly, the show itself is entertaining.
That guy is the funniest dude. That guy, and even in shows when he's being still Billy.
Yeah.
And it's over and it's gets to an annoying point, he still says the funny shit. It's just kind of annoying on his
does. He's only got that one character though within him.
Yeah. But it's sparsely put in a show Parks and Rec. Beautiful.
Even using American Horror Story.
Really?
Yeah. No, he did pretty good in it.
Billy on the Street, one of the best things that's ever hit YouTube.
Agreed, bro.
Funny as fuck.
It's just so clippable. It's got TikToks out the ass, bro. Where he's
what is this, for TV? Yeah, it's for TV. I mean, what is this, for the internet? Yeah, it's actually on TV. Oh, really?
TV it's and the internet.
Billy on the Street. It's I don't like your attitude. I don't like your attitude. Bye. Fuck you, bitch. Just walks away. It's New York. Give it to him, Franco. What's the trivia question for me?
All right. So, which one of these following musicians have actively peed on stage? Okay?
All right.
So first one, Jimi Hendrix is A. C is Stevie Nicks in A Blind Confusion. And A is Gene Simmons.
Wow. That's a tough question. This isn't a shitty multiple choice either, where I could
I tried, bro.
Weed them out. Okay, so I'm gonna go process of elimination. I'm gonna take out Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Because he would fire the guitars and such like that. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would whip his dick out on stage and take a piss.
Who said his dick was out?
Nobody said his dick was out, but for a man to piss, you either gotta piss your pants or pull your dick out. So.
Okay.
He would have had to pull his dick out. And, Jim if Jim Morrison was on the list, I would have picked him because like he like went full nude at a show in Boston and got arrested. So like, I was just, you know what I mean. He doesn't strike me as that kind of guy. So Jimi Hendrix off the list. Then this is where it gets a little messy. I don't know if it's Gene Simmons, AC/DC, correct?
No, I don't. I think so. Actually, yeah.
They don't really strike me as the people that piss themselves on stage either. As punk and rock as they were, they don't strike me as the people who whip their dick out. They're more sophisticated.
Okay.
I'm going to take Stevie Nicks in a blind confusion because she doesn't have to pull out her dick. She could just piss right there and she'd just be pissing her pants and it would just be, you know, coming out.
Yeah,
if she was wearing a skirt or a dress, it would just hit the floor.
No one even noticed.
She'd be clean. People might see it, but it would be hard for the people in the back to see it.
They ain't got nice cameras back then, bro.
Yeah,
you know
you're right.
I mean? Ain't nobody know.
You're right, but like she also like she would be clean. You know, she'd be mess free.
Facts, bro.
So I'm gonna go Stevie Nicks in a blind confusion.
Final answer.
What is Stevie Nicks in a blind confusion?
I'm sorry. The correct answer is Gene Simmons.
Damn, man,
bro, you were on it though. You were going good.
I
like the process.
I just don't know. I don't know.
elimination.
Yeah, I don't know the AC/DC enough. Honestly, like I've never. Not that I wasn't a fan. I mean, I'm sure I know their songs and stuff, but just one of those bands that you know, but you would never listen to on your own accord.
No, totally. And even like all of those people are old enough to where we wouldn't be hearing headlines about like them actively
or
pissing on
videos
stage.
Of them, like, you know what I mean? Like I've seen videos of obviously Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, and Jimi Hendrix too.
Yeah, but like, you know, I'm not really searching for Fleetwood Mac videos live. I like their music a lot. I love it. But like, you know what I mean? I'm not looking for live stuff or specifically Stevie Nicks pissing her pants. Because it didn't happen, I guess. But
well,
you know what I mean?
I find it for you.
You
don't have to.
That was a good one, Franco. That was a good one.
I got you.
All right. So the next category, let them know what it is, Franco. It's a new.
Oh no, we got a couple more questions.
You got another question.
We got 3 questions.
Wow, give it to me,
I
Franco.
know. All right. So this next one is worst rated Disney movies. Okay.
Okay.
A is Buzz Lightyear. B is Bug's Life. C, Chicken Little, and D, The Lone Pube That Made Its Way.
The lone pube that made its way.
Ding ding! I'm just kidding, bro. It was fucking Chicken Little.
What?
Chicken Little, man. I fucking thought that movie was fire.
Chicken Little?
Chicken Little. You never even seen that?
Of course I've seen Chicken Little.
Great movie.
I thought that, honestly, in all reality, I thought that the answer was going to be Buzz Lightyear.
It was the worst performing one in the Toy Story franchise.
Oh, okay.
Still did better than the others and shit.
All right. So, last one?
Last one,
Did you make up that last question?
Yeah.
That's not a Disney movie, right?
Of course it is. Are you kidding me? Man, I ain't got that kind of creativity. All right. Celebrities that got their houses raided. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift.
Kanye West.
Gavin Newsom, New York senator. Will Smith. And Helen Keller.
Is this like a choose multiple?
No, it's one.
Because I think one of them. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna go with the process of elimination.
Do it.
Helen Keller was blind and deaf. That's not Anne Frank.
No.
She didn't get her house raided.
Oh, I'm retarded. I meant Anne Frank.
That's what I thought about. That's why I said this is a choose multiple, because that one
I'm retarded, bro.
You're the Bert Kreischer, bro. Bert Kreischer thought that he was at the Helen Keller house.
Oh.
You thought he was at the Helen Keller house the whole time, but he was at the Anne Frank house. Or vice versa, some shit like that, bro.
He thought he was at the Holocaust house. Just some random blind bitch. Some stupid deaf blind bitch.
Oh, man.
I'm retarded.
So we have a...
That would have been good.
Those were good. The first two were good. The third question was good. You just gotta work on the answers.
It, bro.
Yeah, you did fuck it. But it's all good. It's a working process.
It's alright.
But I knew it was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I was trying to build to that, and if it was a good one, it's alright.
That's why I was like, is it choose multiple? Because that one was like, I was like Helen Keller, and I immediately thought about Anne Frank.
I feel like I just think
the
of
two of them are like synonymous.
Old bitch diary. problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just, one of them's blind, deaf, mute, screaming, yeah!
And the other one died in the Holocaust.
The other one got killed in the horrible
Yeah.
genocide. Yeah. But her house did get raided.
Dude, it definitely got raided.
Did get raided, yes.
Unfortunately got raided.
Yes, okay.
All right. So this next segment, this next one, we're building on the last with a brand new segment. It is Would You Rather, but we're going a little bit less, like, it's not kindergarten, all right? We're going a little bit more adult version, all right?
Give it to me.
All right,
Pause.
so the first one, and there's only two. The first one, would you rather eat Betty White's bear Gooch or suck on Whoopi Goldberg's dreads?
Whoa.
Either way, bro, you're coming away with some gnarly diseases and
You say Betty White was the first option?
shit stuck in your teeth. Yeah, Betty White's bear Gooch. And she's been, like, working out for a little while.
Fuck, dude, I love Betty White. No. I'm thinking of Betty Crocker. No. I'm thinking of who's the fucking lady who does the shit with Snoop Dogg? Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
I love Martha Stewart.
No, you know Betty White, right?
Yeah, I love my
She died a
girlfriend,
little
but
while ago.
I would eat. I would eat Martha Stewart's Gooch. I'd be in the same boat with Snoop Dogg, probably. You don't think he's getting up in there? You don't think he's getting there? You don't think they're getting up in there?
Bro, I don't.
After the roasts,
I don't even want to picture it, man. Snoop Dogg looks like a underweight lizard.
Snoop Dogg looks like the cinnamon stick from the Applejack's music video.
Bro.
Commercial
except
music.
if you did a lot of drugs.
Yeah, and he had like fat dreads too. Yeah. Did he have dreads? Did the cinnamon stick have dreads? I thought he had like a Rasta hat and dreads, didn't he?
Yeah, it's like Apple Man.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that's like an exact
classic.
Wow.
Cultural appropriation.
So I'm gonna have to go with Whoopi Goldberg.
Suck on her dread?
It's gross, yeah. But, I mean, how many people have done that?
Probably more than you think.
Really?
Probably, man. She's got nice dreads.
She does have nice dreads. I wonder if that's like a sexual thing. You know
probably. I mean? People got dread kinks. She probably got a dread kink. She's been throwing that shit for a grip.
True.
It's like a pat on the back.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like a kiss on the cheek.
I'm gonna stick by it. Whoopi Goldberg. Betty White is dead, so I don't want to eat that. I'm gonna skip past on that one. But no, I mean, I've never sucked on hair or licked hair like purposefully.
I'd be concerned if you had.
Yeah, I hope so. And so I mean, it'd be a first, but it'd be a good first. It'd be Whoopi Goldberg.
True, man. That'd be a great story. She is. She ruined The View. Just kidding. Did you hear her weird Holocaust thing way back when?
What?
She thought that like the Holocaust wasn't racist because it was white people killing white people.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I'll whisper that in her ear.
While you're sucking on her dread.
Tell me your Holocaust opinion.
Tell me that I'm not racist when I kill white people.
Tell me I can kill other white people and not be racist. Alright, Franco, is there more? Would you have?
There's one more.
Okay.
One more. This one's all in fun. Zay or knee?
Knee.
Good choice. I don't know what either of them mean.
Closer to me.
I don't know what either of them mean. It's closer to me.
I like me.
Hey man, I don't even think that's technically a pronoun.
Me?
Me.
How are the rest of them?
Well, I thought like he, him. See, dude, now they're confusing me on what like a pronoun is. Period.
What is a pronoun?
What is a pronoun? I thought it was like he, him, her, she, it. Is it a pronoun?
It is a pronoun for sure.
But like, is it not like it's for like an inanimate object?
I think so. I believe it is used for something that can't be specified for
as
gender.
That's or why it can't identify.
That's why I know, but
gender.
that's because why before them people were saying it.
Okay.
And they thought that was very offensive.
Oh, okay, because it's something that doesn't have the ability to identify.
They thought that it was very offensive, and it is.
It is, yeah. I mean, if I called anything it, it's kind of demeaning.
Exactly. So, like, calling a person it is fucked up. But at the same time, it's like, at that point in time, it was, whatever you want to call it, kind of period, like a grace period, so to speak, where it's like,
new.
There's nothing out there, you know what I mean? There's no, like, other than a person's opinion that you would know, and if you didn't know somebody that was trans, which I still at least don't know that I know of somebody. You know what I mean?
I've met people. You've never met a trans person?
I don't think so.
Really? Bro, when I went to Marlboro and Fitchburg, they were everywhere.
Like saw them.
I interacted with them. They were in my classes. They were good. Dude, I keep saying...
Oh, yeah, okay, in school.
Yeah, dude, just, like, totally normal people. Like,
well, obviously, but I just mean in a sense where it's, like, back then I didn't. I was just thinking, like, during this... I was more thinking, like, this is when, like, Bruce Jenner cut off his balls. And, like, but, like, I don't even mean to frame it like that, but, like, that's what the fucking headlines were. You know what I mean? That wasn't a thing to people before. That was, like, the first big person to just do that. And that's what it was headlined as. So then people, that was, like, the it period. You know what I mean?
Imagine picking up Forbes. It's like, Bruce Jenner chops nuts off.
Dude, kind of. I mean, it would have been phrased more like that Roots article was phrased in the Mats. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But, like, still, it's like that was a grace, not a grace period. I feel like it's the opposite of a literally graceful. You know what I mean? But still, it's like, I didn't know any trans people when I was from 8th grade until whatever age they came out with they. So it's like, I don't have a personal opinion or I mean, a secondary opinion to make an opinion on, or just to have information, not even an opinion of what they would prefer to be called, so to speak.
No, I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
You don't have like a personal.
I don't have a
connection
reference
with
point,
it.
and I don't have a personal connection with anybody who is. So I don't know. Therefore, I wasn't calling anybody it, but like, you know what I mean. But still, I could understand why people were, because there's just no thing. And then now they have they. And then I thought that was cool. And it was like, you know what I mean? It was just, I finally like came to, not terms, but like, you know what I mean? I finally got it down in like the vocabulary.
Yeah.
Now we got another one.
Bro, like imagine like I saw a documentary a little while ago on like being gay in the 60s.
It must have been very difficult.
Well, it was like next level difficult.
But easy to dog though, probably in like New York City.
What do you mean by dog?
Like have sex.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, probably, bro. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
AIDS, but...
Yeah, but I mean, just, like, there was probably just, like, a lot of gay people who felt all the same way, and then, like, you know what I mean, if you were in the same place at the same time...
Totally.
It's like, you know what I mean, it's like... You know what I mean? Not even, like...
What is the... Is that, like, the
like,
sound of their ass cheeks clapping?
You were...
I'm sorry.
No, it's like, I don't know, you can't be gay. I can't be gay, at least out in like public, you know what I mean? Now we're here right now, and I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
Word. Okay.
Not like obviously like that.
I was
but
more than anything talking about the cultural damage that their like hardships that they went through.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm trying to get to.
So culturally,
I just couldn't that's what I mean. Like culturally, out in the world, they can't do that. But then this space in New York, where it's a gay club in the '60s or whatever. That's your spot, you know what I mean? It's like you love everyone there because everyone there is going through the same struggle. You guys all find beauty in that you guys are all the same place.
Totally.
That's where I was trying to take that.
I get that. I get where you're coming from.
Fucked in the ass. You know what I mean? That's not at all where I was trying to get that to go. So like that was the final statement.
But I get what you're saying with the New York stuff. But my first thought, the reason why I was confused, my first thought was like these more small rural towns out in like the middle of nowhere. Where, like, imagine, like, you're growing up in your family, and, like, it's a religious, traditional family, and, like, maybe you're like, oh, hey, man, that guy's kind of cute, you know? Yeah. And then, like, it's just, like... But then, what I was going to try to connect it to was, like, imagine in that time being, like, not being like, hey, that guy's kind of cute. It's like, hey, man, I kind of have an urge to be the opposite gender than I am right now. Like, that must just be, like, completely, like, you don't have the words to think that because no one before you has thought
Exactly,
of it.
Dude, that's crazy, actually. But now it's a very open thing. But I also think that it's become, like very open.
Definitely.
Very, like, talking to children about it. And children are very perceptive. And you can tell them things that they don't even know or don't even want, and then they'll do it and want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's something that I don't think should be discussed until you're at least of puberty age.
Well, I don't mind people talking about it, so like the kid knows that it's an option.
You have knowledge. I mean, talk about the action of like
chopping your balls off.
Yeah, not even, but like not even just a dude, just a female too. Like replacing that. You know what I mean? It's a big decision. I feel 180 degrees about so much shit not my gender, of course, but like that's a huge thing in a life. But you know what I mean? But like I feel 180 degrees about big life things that I thought about a year ago, 2 years ago. I'm on the complete other side now about 1 million other things personally, out in the world, politically, you know what I mean? So it's like we change so quickly that I think that's just a lot to put on a young child.
Our sponsor for PTP is Flippin' Ships. Flippin' Ships was founded by CEO Jason Reynolds during late quarantine, and Jason is in the business of providing you with entertainment. Whether you're looking for a restored boat in great condition you can take on the lakes, or if you're interested in watching the process go down, Jason's got it all. His TikToks show the process in an entertaining way for all ages, but check out his YouTube videos because they show every detail of the flip. Check him out on TikTok and YouTube for some at-home or on-the-go entertainment. His handle is Flippin' Ships. That's flipping without the G, ships. And be on the lookout for these flip ships soon on Facebook and Instagram.
No, especially when you don't completely understand, like, I don't know, yourself as a human being, what you want and what you, like, because, I don't know, I was going to say what you identify with, but, like, not necessarily, like, meaning gender, but, like, what makes you happy on a daily basis.
Yeah,
you know, like, what gives you satisfaction.
I still don't even know, you know what I mean? I know that the podcast's fun. I have enjoyed, that gives me serotonin. I know that my fucking card shit gives me serotonin.
I don't know why.
But I don't know why, because the idea of money behind the cards, opportunity behind the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Opportunity in both, totally. It's
exactly.
Like
it's like,
FOMO.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And not FOMO. I don't have FOMO about the podcast, because I think that...
Well, my FOMO with the podcast is, like, I don't want to be 40 years old and be like, damn, I wish
we kept doing it.
Yeah, I wish I had that fun, because it's something that gives me enjoyment without necessarily having the implication. Like, I don't have some weird illusion that I'm going to be the next Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? Like, it would be great.
I'm starting to, like, have these affirmations.
Bro, I am too, but I'm trying to stay, like, humble.
Yeah,
and
of course. I'm
focused.
I'm trying to... I'm very humble out in public and to anybody else. You know what I mean? But... It starts in your own head.
It's that K.
It's that shit that we were talking about with Fendi.
It was the K.
It was the K on the reels. We hit 17K on a reel. But not even that. It was like before that. I always thought that in my head. I was like, this could be bigger than what it is realistically. And like that's where I always wanted to take it. It was like I always wanted this to just be to help people. Right now it's for fun. You know what I mean? Because that's how we enjoy ourselves. We're having 100%. Fun. But we also are helping people at the same time while having fun. But, you know, eventually, like, when we can take this to the next step, it'd be, like, great to, like, voice people who don't have a voice. Yeah. And, like, that was the idea. Have half of it be really funny, playful, kiddish, you know, almost irresponsible. And then have the other half be, this is kind of serious. We need to talk about some serious shit, too. You know what I mean? Like we were just doing.
One half is cancel me. The other half is please don't cancel me. The public needs to hear it.
We just had a good mix of both of it, though.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? Like, people could interpret what we just said, all of what we just said, as we hate trans people. We're offensive towards them. We don't, like, align. We don't want to call them by what they want to be called.
It's
you know
subjective.
What I mean? It is subjective, for sure. But the whole reason why we just talked about that was purely informational and confusion based.
Well, and like I genuinely, because like part of it is I don't know how to speak for myself. Like in a daily, I'm 20 years old. I'm a stupid ass kid. Like
I would say, we also probably phrased all that shit that we were talking about horribly, and it probably was very offensive.
So offensive.
At points, I'm sure it was. But like we said throughout the whole thing, we're not trying to offend people.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's love.
It always is all love, but it's like, you know, we're young children, not children. We're men. We're men.
You gotta ask questions.
We're young men. We're young men who are, you know, we're learning. I don't know shit.
100%.
You know what I mean? People who I meet who are our age who think they know shit, I get pissed. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just they're full of them. They bro. Let's be real. Anyone who's our age and thinks that they have all the answers, even if they're like doing really well for themselves, like financially or whatever,
it's just
they're blowing smoke up your ass.
Well, it's just fucking stupid to me because it's like I don't know. I'm taking this whole life thing is like I don't really like. I know that I'm intelligent, so to speak. I don't want to be like speaking unhumbly or not modestly. But I know I'm intelligent, and I know what I can do with my own brain and when I think about stuff. But it's also like everything I treat it as if I'm an idiot. I treat it as if like every single day when I go out to work or go out to do something, go out to whatever, I can just pick up on whatever the little thing is that I think could improve my life, or the little thing is that makes me happy, or the little thing that I could change.
Totally.
It's every day that I'm trying to pick up on something. because I know that I'm far. Like my dad's always like, "You got your shit together?" I'm like, "No, I'm working on it."
Honestly, no.
I'm working on it. Who the fuck honestly has their shit together?
Dude, and especially at our age, but at fucking 40, 50 years old, I'm looking at my father, and he's confidently telling me that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing with his life.
That's what you wasn't any older person. They always say, "I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing."
Dude, and I personally, when I was growing up, I was waiting for that point where I was like, I feel like an adult.
Yeah.
I feel like I made it to that.
You got shit under wraps.
Yeah, exactly. Nope.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. It never happens.
Nope.
Well, it's just because it's every day is it's like a constant like equation that's getting thrown at you. You have to solve it every day.
And it's easy to start drowning in that equation when you're young, you know? But eventually, as you get older, it's not about like, I don't know, getting out of that. It's just about like learning how to swim and getting through that drowning, you know?
We're also in like a weird period for people our age where you need to feel like you need to go to college. Yeah. And like, that's the way we're going because we want to. You know what I mean? And we both had the other side of it as well, of not going to college.
Yeah, that sucked.
And it sucked. But
when I say it sucked, like I just don't want to be 40 years old working my ass off, dude.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's either you either go to college or you do that.
Yeah.
And then like
70-hour weeks.
You know what I mean? And then if you're not going to college, you feel like you're a fucking loser, you're a piece of shit or whatever. When you're realistically not, because this is what people have been doing for all of life before. You know what I mean? In the 70s, if you're going to go, oh, you're going to college? Damn. No, I'm staying home, we're chilling, we're working. You know what I mean? That's how, 60s, 70s, Lunenburg. You know, I mean, how many kids are like going off to college? Probably like a 50-50 rate. It's probably, you know what I mean?
Most, yeah. I'd say it's probably like a little 60, something like that. You know what I mean?
Like not going to college to going to college.
Oh, yeah.
You know
I was thinking going to college. Yeah, definitely.
But still, it's like large numbers of people not going to college, which was very normal back then. And then nowadays we're like, as a society, promoting that it isn't normal to not go to college.
Did you see the Aaron Rodgers podcast?
Yeah, I did.
He was talking a lot about how like they wanted to like self-police by like when he was unvaccinated, even though he was like checked multiple times that day during post interviews and stuff, they would make him wear a mask just so like the public on the cameras would see this guy's unvaccinated, he has to wear a mask, you know, and it's kind of like encourages self-policing. But to extend it back to like the high school and graduating and stuff, I feel like a lot of times we parade around the examples of people who are they made it. They broke the odds.
Yeah.
They dropped out of high school and they still made it. And we show them off because although it is improbable, like it's not ideal. Yeah. We want to show these people because they were like, well, this is the 1 in a million. You know, it's the same way like when you see someone who won the lottery with that fat fucking ticket, you're like, or the big check, you're like, that's really cool. I'm never going to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wish that was me. It's not going to be me.
I guess, but it's also like with like the 1 in a million things, like a lot of people nowadays don't even go to college to be who they want to be. Like, you know, and that's like the idea is like stop going to college so you can pursue whatever your goal is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I want to go to college so I can come out and better serve myself.
Yeah.
Like, I want to learn business so I can come out and hopefully use my degree myself instead of giving it to someone, my knowledge to someone else and for an hourly rate.
I just want to go so I can fucking be smart.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to learn some shit while I'm there. Every time I'm in session in a semester, I feel intellectually boosted. I feel like I can...
It does give you a little bit of pride, too.
Yeah, it's like I'm learning shit, you know?
Or, yeah, you're working on it, you know? Even if you're, like, sitting there in class and you're like, holy fuck, I have no idea what the fuck is happening right now. You're like, at least I'm doing something
I'm
to
fucking
be able
here.
to... Yeah, deadass. That's more than a lot of people are doing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm only taking online classes this semester, so it's like I just gotta do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's just the part of it, is, you know, just doing it. So when I do it, I'll feel good about it. You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah. But, just getting it out of the way.
Yeah.
The asynchronous is gonna be cool and helpful for the podcast and stuff too.
That's why I did it.
Yeah.
I wanted to work at least 4 or 5 days a week.
You did that for the podcast?
Huh?
You did that for the podcast?
Yeah. Well, I need to get money, bro. Well, I mean, I want money for myself. Yeah, I need to save money so I can get nice things and buy myself a home and, you know,
totally
buy land and such. But also, if I work 5 days a week, we can have more money to put into the podcast eventually.
Dude, that's honestly my goal too. I would like to start like actually investing in like a camera and stuff like that, because I'm watching like our when I say our competitors, they're way out of our league. Like, they're like these people who have, like...
Our idols.
Yeah, our idols. That's probably a better way to say it. Not competitors. Eventually, hopefully. But
I don't want to compete with them. It's like it's a like an ecology, you know what I mean? It's
a community.
A community, yeah, but it's like an ecosystem.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, we all, that's how everyone makes a living. Is I do your podcast, you go on my podcast, I do that,
scratch
you do
my
that.
back, I scratch your
You know what I mean?
back.
So I don't want them to be competitors, but they totally are our idols, the people we're looking up to.
But anyways, okay, so I was going to say how I'm watching these things and a big difference between, like, the content that they have and the content that we have is, like, there'll be similar content, meaning, like, similar genre of, funniness. Mm-hmm. It's just they're
much better quality.
Way better quality. They have, like, cute little animations in there. They got, like, smooth, clean cuts. They got, like, the shaky camera going in and out. And then, I don't know, examples like Theo Vaughn, like, that's some guy who is just an absolute genius.
He's an anomaly, too, like, socially.
I know, man. Every single time that, like, a camera goes on, I swear to God, that guy just, like, comes alive.
He's ridiculous. Bro, I saw... Oh my God, I forgot to talk about this. Me and Liv, we went on, so me and Liv have been dating for 2 years. We went to our anniversary at the Clinton Bar and Grill.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're eating up, grubbing up on some good food, and I get up, we're leaving. We ate in like 40 minutes. It was like the quickest meal I've ever had. Sat down, ate it, out. As I'm walking out, I start looking over. I'm like, I think that's Phil Mickelson. I'm like leaning over.
Way.
Dude, he's looking scruffy as hell, right? And like his long hair. I'm like, he's sitting in like it's a booth for 4, but there's 2 chairs with dudes on them at the end, so it's 6 people, and he's sitting like on the inside, like not the person on the outside, the person on the inside of the 2. So I'm leaning in like while I'm walking out, trying to walk it, like trying to see. Like, I think that's Phil Mickelson. I say that to Liv, and we walk out, and I'm like staring into the window on the outside. I'm like, that's Phil Mickelson. I swear. And Liv's like, a bunch of people came in and greeted him, because I had my back to the door when I was eating, and she's like, a bunch of people came in and greeted him when he walked in. I don't know, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa. I was like, what? So I'm like, my phone's dead. I was like, can I see your phone real quick? I need to look up, like, if he's on tour with, because he's on LIV tour.
Okay, cool.
And LIV tour is staying at the hotel.
Word.
So I knew that they were in town. So I was like, let me check if he's on the roster that's in tour, because I'd probably assume that not all of the golfers went to every single thing. Yeah. And they're doing one in Bolton right now. So I was like,
that's fucking close to home, man.
Very
really?
Close, yes. And they have parking in like Clinton and parking like everywhere around. So like even in Marlboro, there's signs, LIV golf parking, like everywhere.
Okay.
So anyways, I'm looking it up on my phone, walking down the streets of Clinton, talking to Liv about how we have people like staying at the hotel, I was talking to this one dude, and I overheard him saying Phil in the lobby. He was in the lobby saying like blah 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 blah, talking about Phil, and I was like, I didn't want to be rude and be like, yo, you talking about Phil Mickelson? And have him be like,
a quick little
no,
dick ride action.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have him be like, I'm talking about Phil Dunstable or whatever.
Or
you know
even
what I mean?
be
Just
like, yo, bro, like, yeah, maybe I am. Hop off.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm also not going to walk up to Phil Mickelson while he's eating dinner and be like, you know what I mean?
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Oh my God, you're Phil Mickelson. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, if he was on the street, I'd be like, dude, you're Phil Mickelson, holy shit. You know what I mean? I'd be like, do you mind if like I get a picture with you? Or something, you know what I mean? Or not even that, just at least shake his hand.
Or
just like
maybe he drops his pen while he's walking out. I pick it up, I hand it to him, shake his hand, and next thing you know, he adopts me.
I was just more thinking like, I would like to have a conversation, you know what I mean? Just be like, hey, how you doing? What are you doing around here? You know what I mean? Just, if he was on the street, I would have that conversation.
Totally.
Never am I going to interrupt another man, famous or not, unless it was like you at a dinner, unless it was like a relationship I had with you.
Yeah,
I'd be like, oh shit, Frank, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
unless
totally.
It was my best
Your
friends
good buddy,
at dinner, I'm not gonna go up and interrupt another man unless I'm on my way up. Hey, it's great to see you, you know, blah 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 blah. Unless it was like, you know, a very subtle and it worked,
100%.
like on the way out kind of thing. Shook someone's hand on the way out. He was surrounded by dudes. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? So I'm walking down the street and telling Liv about how I got people staying in my hotel. I'm telling her about this dude that I saw in the lobby. I look up from the phone. I'm like, that's the guy. The dude I'm talking about is walking down the fucking street in Clinton. And I was like, I literally said, that's the fucking guy. And I pointed at him and he was like, what? And I was like, bro. And then like I named my hotel and he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, wow. I was like, dude, Phil Mickelson is eating at that restaurant right there. And he's like, yeah, I know, I'm his driver. I was like, holy fuck, bro.
Does that mean Phil's at your hotel too?
I don't know.
Bro, you're going to have to go door to door.
I'm not going to go door to door.
Housekeeping!
Yeah, I'm actually working housekeeping on Sunday.
Oh, man. Well, hey, man, maybe you just got to sniff a couple socks out to see if they smell like Phil. Yeah?
No, I'm not going to do some freaky shit. But I'm going to be working the desk, so at least I hopefully have to have a conversation, something, something we can carry over.
You should do some freaky shit.
I'm not going to be on some freaky shit,
No, bro. If you do it for me. Grab me like a sock from every room, and then like
what if I put like a sock with like a post-it note like underneath a door, and then like it says like this is from my boy Frank.
Dude,
just one sock.
It's like that episode of Always Sunny with the when they're running out on the field and he wants to be given the you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Whatever, don't worry about it. But point of the story is or it could be the same as Ted 2 when they jerk off Tom Brady.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I'm not a part of it, man. That's all you.
No.
You can decide.
I'm not a part of that.
Hey, okay, man. No, I'm not.
We can hire.
True.
Outside hire.
Dude, yeah, man. Get the actual housekeeper. Give her like $20 more than her usual payment.
Dude, I also wanted to talk about this hat.
That hat?
This hat.
Polly?
So it's based on Polly Walnuts from Sopranos.
Okay.
Polly Gutierrez, and he recently died. We talked about it. Remember when Al came on? He just passed away. But this hat is made by this company called Project Polly.
Oh, okay.
And they were set up at like a tent at the Italian festival in Boston, and they were selling these hats for $10.
No, it's a nice hat.
It's a nice hat, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, Paulie, he's my favorite character in Sopranos, so I was like, fuck yeah, I might fucking getting that. And before I could even buy it, Nico bought it for me, and it was like, happy birthday. But like, anyways, it was like, these people, I need to do more research into them, because I want to shout them out, because it was just like, they couldn't have even been much older than us, maybe like 20, like late 20s, early 30s, and there was like a couple women and a dude, and they had like paintings of Sopranos, and they had a bunch of these hats and shirts and stuff, and for $10, you can't find a hat anywhere for $10, bro.
No.
Like, literally nowhere.
Yeah, no.
So, and I think that, like, I don't want to get overstepped, because I don't know anything about them, but, like, I think that, like, their proceeds go towards some sort of something.
Some charity of some kind.
I'm assuming, because, like, a project something, you know what I mean?
Isn't he the... You just said that he's homie from The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it a jump to assume that this charity could be a front for something else?
It's not a bad
In
point.
which case, we should definitely buy more hats and support them.
I agree.
Yep. So regardless,
Cheers to that.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. We've been doing it. You want to call this one quits?
Let's call this one quits. My hands
Man,
sweat.
we got into some shit there.
Yeah, man.
We're getting in trouble.
We're gonna get in trouble, bro.
Well,
it's all love.
We're not trying to get in trouble.
No, that was genuine curiosity, and I'm sorry if we said something
good.
wrong.
I hope. You know what I mean? Not that I hope that we said something the wrong way. I hope we don't offend anybody.
I hope we don't offend anybody.
But I hope that people respond to the stuff and give us some actual, like, feedback or
for real.
Something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at least tell us if we were offensive. We're not trying to be offensive.
Yeah, we'll work on it for next time.
If we were, at least throw something in the comments and we'll know. But, if we do get canceled, we're on the up and up. So.
Are we? I don't understand how that works.
Well, okay, so, not that I want us to necessarily be canceled, but it's like if we do get canceled and we get deplatformed and stuff for our curiosity about blah, 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 then it's going to open up other platforms for us to go on to talk about how we got deplatformed.
Okay, so then afterwards we just have to promote successfully that we were canceled.
Somehow.
How would we do that without social media?
We would have to...
We're going to cut this out so you guys don't know our Achilles heel, all right? Because we know exactly. We got lawyers.
But no, I just like, you know what I mean? We would have to figure out a way to, get it out afterward. But that's like, you know what I mean? Like all those people who are like desocialized and demonetized on like any platform. And then they go on like Rogan or they go on like Tim Dillon and they go on like anything. Yeah, but we're not
Alex Jones.
But you don't need to be Alex Jones, bro. Look at like, all right, there's this dude, I forget his name. He went on to he worked at like a SeaWorld, stole a walrus from there. And then, like, after that, he got, like, canceled, sued for all this shit, blah, 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 blah. And he didn't have, like, any platform before. And then, like, he used Joe Rogan to put out his documentary.
Oh, fuck, yeah, no, I saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
no,
like, you know what I mean? You don't need to have...
Some fucking Free Willy shit.
We have a platform already, you know what I mean? And then if we get canceled, it's like, I'm going to make a big deal out of it. You can't just take my baby away from me.
Yeah.
No one going to take my baby from me. Not on my carriage. Can't have my baby seat. We'll leave you how I always leave you. Believe in yourself. Peace, you cretins.